Yeah, good evening and welcome to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. I'm your host, Jeremy Hart, alongside me, fresh from the bridge, Jason Cundy.
Up the Chels.
Up the Chels. This show by the fans, for the fans. Get calling right now. 03 717 223344. Chelsea chucked away another 2 points. Relegation-bound Burnley. Liam Rosenior hooked Cole Palmer. Redzila Fofana's red card, it cost them really in the end, but shocking defender. Villa snatch a late point at home to Leeds, but continue to stutter. Brighton win at Brentford on the day. James Milner breaks the all-time record for Premier League appearances. Loads to go at. Get involved in the show. EFL action as well. Wrexham 5-3 against Ipswich. My old team, Portsmouth, massive result against Millwall 3-1. Coventry back to winning ways all of a sudden. They beat West Brom 2-0. Their manager under pressure already. We're watching the 5:30 game now as well. West Ham, Bournemouth. Tom Clayton.
Yeah, goalless so far in this game. 6 minutes on the clock. And you have to say there's been plenty of chances at either end. An early corner from West Ham, almost a goal from Axel Disasi, who fired over from short after a goal line scramble. Then Somerville almost had the leading goal as well, straight into Petrovic's hands. Then at the other end, Bournemouth have had a chance. Ryan got the ball after a long run from Alex Scott. His shot tamely into the hands of Mads Hermansen. Plenty to go at in this game. It looks like there's going to be plenty of action as well. 6 on the clock. West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0.
Get involved in the show. Can't do it without you. 03 717 223344. It's the Game Day phone in from talkSPORT. Hello, mate.
Yo.
Up the Chels.
Oh, mate.
Up the Chels.
Honestly.
What happened? What happened?
You know what?
Up the Chels.
So disappointed, mate. That's so disappointing. That performance and result, mate.
Shambles.
It was even 11v11, right? We were poor today. That's the worst we played under him, in my opinion. Worst we played. The red card comes and you go, I don't know whether we're playing well enough to even just get a draw. And I'm worried that once they got the equaliser, you're thinking, another set piece. Swing ones over. Ward-Prowse puts it in the same area. You think, we're going to lose it now. We're going to lose it. Same thing against Leeds a couple of weeks ago.
Good team, though, Burnley. Good team.
They're not a good team.
They're a good team.
To be fair, right, they deserve that today.
Of course they deserved it. You was
deserved
garbage.
that. We were garbage today. We were garbage. I can't defend that performance, Jay. I can't defend it.
Well, come on.
I can't defend it. No one was at it. You know, it's a brilliant goal we score. Go and, they're getting relegated, this team. Go and put your foot on their throat. Go and take the game to them. Nah. None of it.
Up the
That's
Chels.
poor.
What about the subs, though, Jace? The subs weren't great.
Well, the problem, when you go down to 10 men, you're going to have to bring centre-half's been centre. You've got to bring a centre-half on, right? Who are you going to bring off? Who are you bringing off?
Not Cole Palmer.
Cole's been injured. Do you know what I mean?
I know, mate. But
you can't have him.
You need someone who keeps the ball.
Who are you bringing off? That's the question. You can't bring off your two defensive midfielders. You can't bring off João Pedro. What? Who's going to prep? Well, eventually he did come off.
Yeah, he did.
I ain't got a problem with that. I ain't got a problem with Cole Palmer.
Take off João Pedro and play Cole Palmer as a false nine.
Yeah, and like I said, he's been injured, mate. So I ain't got a problem with the sub. Problem I've got with is the performance. That's what I've got a problem with. That performance. That is.
You put on two centre halves, and you conceded from a set piece. Free header.
Jay, I can't defend it.
Free header.
Jay, I can't defend it. No one challengeable. No one taking responsibility. It's who we are. They'll let you down. This team will let you down. They
just who we are, mate.
They will. They'll let you down. They'll disappoint you. It's
just who we are, mate.
You know, we're still that team. We can't deal with a blow. We can't deal with a bloody nose. You get a whack on the nose, get a whack on the face, and we're up against the ropes, and we're there 10 minutes reeling for what this blow that you get round the head. We're just that team, and it's just we can't seem to be able to recover. You know, like you need smelling salts. That's what we need. Get a red card, smelling salts.
I'll tell you what smelling salts you had, mate, after that red card. Toilet ones.
No, but even 11v11, Burnley deserved that, and that's the most. That to me. I'm
team, though, Jace.
I'm angry.
No,
Jay.
They're a good team. You've got to give them some credit. No, they are a good team.
Do you know what?
Well organised.
They were today. They were good today, Burnley. And take the goal out of it. I would say Burnley with the better side.
No,
take the goal out of it. I would say Burnley with the better side.
Way better.
And that's hard for me to admit. It's hard for me to admit.
Let's go to a Chelsea fan. Harry's phoned us up. Right,
H.
Hello, how's it going, boys? Thanks for your time today.
I'm in good spirits. Chelsea throwing it away.
I bet, mate. Hopefully you can do us a favour in the North London derby. Nobody wants to see Arsenal win the league. Hey.
Yeah.
But I don't have much hope for Spurs. I want to be as productive as possible with this call. I'm a lifelong Chelsea fan. When do we put the finger on the fact that this project just isn't working? I don't want to pin that on just today's result. I think since 2022, when the sporting directors came into the club and started making the signings that they've made, it's just been a complete and utter collapse from top to bottom within a football club that was ran brilliantly before. Yeah, I know we had the quick fires, but we'd always come back with character. And Chelsea Football Club, as a playing club now, I think they've lost that, in my personal opinion. The evidence backs it up this season with the red cards. It's running through the players as well. We've been in winning positions against, off the top of my head, Sunderland, Villa, Leeds,
Brighton.
Today, Brighton, and it's just completely and utterly collapsed around them.
Up the Chels.
Reece James is our captain. He's been hooked when we've needed a leader on the pitch today. I really didn't understand that.
I think he had cramp. He was stretching his hamstrings.
Cramp.
He was stretching his hamstrings, mate.
Yeah.
I think that's why he's come off.
Yeah, not enough electrolytes.
And then the two
cramp against Burnley.
The two things. I'm not going to pin the manager yet, but I'm not confident in the recruitment of the manager. The two times that both of our coaches had time to prove if they were cut for it this season with red cards, I'm thinking Man United away, where Sanchez got sent off early doors, the manager lost his pants early, and we bottled it with subs. And I think our manager's done the same today. He's completely and utterly bottled it with the subs that we've made, and we've made it really easy.
What would you have done differently then? Because I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. No, I don't agree with that. Because what can he do when you go down 10 men? At that stage of the game...
I think you need an outlet, Jace. I think you've got to have an outlet on the pitch.
And he brought on...
Yeah,
Go on.
I think his legs had gone, mate. Sorry, I think his legs had gone. And when... I don't want to go on that anti-Delap thing, but again, it's another signing that these sporting directors have made. I'm just going back to the main point of why I'm calling in here. At some point, there's got to be some accountability from the people that are making these signings. They want a coach who is only there to coach the players, pick the side. Maybe on occasions, they're not even being able to pick the side from what Maresca left the door on the accountability of. And they're not even getting the signings right. So when you look at our 11 now, yes, there's, 1.5 billion quid we've spent over the last 4 years. Is that right?
I mean, yeah.
Something
And
like
you're going to be... I don't know how much, but it ain't far off that, right?
Yeah. So you look at our starting 11, it's good. I would confidently say that we'll give, when they're all fit and they're firing, our starting 11 is good. Anything behind that, which has been, again, evidenced in games this year when we've started with a rotated team against Leeds away, we were awful, absolutely awful. Tosin was poor, Delap was poor. And there was obviously other players against West Ham. They did the same thing. They went 2-0 down. Lucky we had players on the bench that could come and turn it around. You can't keep getting away with it, Jace. The signings that we're making for a club like Chelsea are not good enough.
Here's the thing. You know that they're not going to sign. You know, it's the youngest squad in Premier League history. There's a reason we ain't going to sign off the peg players that are 28 years of age and are going to have an impact. That's just not happening. It's not happening.
So, is the project going to work? Yes or no, Chelsea fan, Jay?
Well, at the moment, you can't say that it's working. But you can't say it's not either. I mean, we got Champions League football last season, right? With the youngest squad in Premier League history. Okay, is it perfect? No. There's absolutely no one's going to argue that. Has it got holes in? Yeah, it has. And that transfer window in the summer. I mean, there's talk of Liam Delap perhaps leaving, maybe going on loan. We still don't. The problem, when you sign young players, you're signing potential. And that's all well and good, but it's when you have so many of them that you do see holes in the squad. And as I said...
How old is Sanchez? Robert Sanchez?
The keeper?
Yeah. He's not young, is he?
I'm going to say 27.
Right, but he's got plenty of experience, right?
Yeah.
Mate, in the 85th...
Mate, I know exactly what you're going to say. Mate.
He's 28 years old.
Jay.
The ball
Jay,
comes to him. He collects it.
Jay.
All you do, go down,
Jay.
hold on to it.
What does he do?
He kicks
He
it.
boots it.
Booted it straight to a Burnley player,
Jay.
and they're back on it. He's done it twice.
Jay.
I'm looking at him going, what is he doing?
Jay, you're 100%
Like
right.
that right there, like that ain't about being young.
No.
That's just being stupid.
Jay.
And I'm looking at him going,
I was when he done
what
that,
is he doing?
he catches it, right? Catch it, go down, kill the clock.
Yeah.
He boots it to João Pedro, who's pulling up with cramp. What's he going to do when he gets it? It's 3v1. Yeah. What's he going to do if he brings...
It's the most ridiculous
I totally agree with that.
And you know, we can sit here and say youngest squad and this and that, but come on, when your goalkeeper's doing stuff like that, you deserve what you got.
Jay, mate, you're pushing an open door here, right? Unfortunately, I agree with you. No, I was fuming. When he catches it... But he's on it. Here's the thing I said in comms. Even if it's the perfect pass, what's he going to do?
Yeah, it's nothing.
3v1.
There was nothing he could do with it. There was nothing he could do with it.
No,
you get hold of it, you go down, you get the team up, and then you boot it into the corner, right? You've wasted 2 minutes. Like that stuff there, right there, is where Chelsea are just ridiculous.
I
all the time.
I agree with that. That's not. You're right. That is just stupidity.
Yeah,
I totally agree with that.
That's like non-league stuff. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Up the Chelsea. Hey, listen, thanks for your call. Let's go to Kieran. He's a Burnley fan. All right, Kier?
Okay.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good team today, Kier. Good team.
Enjoy next season. Enjoy next season.
Yeah, I'm in a mild...
Yeah. I hope we never see you again in the Premier League.
I beg your pardon. I was talking over you there. I'm in a mild state of shock, gentlemen. But at 4:52 p.m. this afternoon, I've seen England shambles against Ireland in the rugby.
Oh, no.
My afternoon turned from utter depression to joy. And we should have won the game. But, you know, but listen, Jace, I was very upset for you, Gov. Now you know how I've been feeling every second weekend this season. And, you know, please be reassured by the thought you'll be in the Premier League next season. We'll be back in the Championship. That should surely cheer you up.
Here's a question for you, Keir, though. Scott Parker's come under a bit of like stick recently. People wanted him gone and you know saying he's not quite got the minerals for the Premier League.
Sure.
Do you still want him in the Championship again?
Do you know what? I went down to the game against Fulham before Christmas, and when we attacked and went at Fulham, we looked really good. But I have to say, I've said to friends of mine at Burnley, he sometimes reminds me of a North East Lancashire version of Gareth Southgate. You just wish he'd let the handbrake off and go for it. Because when we do that, like today, against Palace, for 15 minutes, we turned a 2-0 deficit into 3-2, you know? And we've got the players. Ward-Prowse is a great signing, and I'd like to see a few more. I'm afraid some of these, forgive the terminology, gentlemen, European journeyman footballers, a little few of those, a few more, you know, Ward-Prowses and people like that from England, Ireland, Scotland and Wales, and I think we could do really, really well. I think we have the ability. I think we haven't looked out of place this season, unlike 2 years ago when Vince Kompany was our manager. You know, we've been in games. The only game we actually really lost badly was City, and that flattered City because they got 3 goals in injury time. Do you know what I mean?
No, so, you have been. Games. You're not one of these sides that gets battered. You're absolutely right. You stay in games, like you know. I mean, our goal was a brilliant goal, but you take that away. I thought we were pretty bang average, and I thought you had the measure of the way the game was going tactically. I think Scotty Parker got it right. You're frustrated. 5-4-1. Dealt with anything that we. Yeah. I mean, I say anything we threw at you. We threw nothing. Yeah, it was. I thought we were terrible today. Honestly, I did. Terrible today.
Well, but Jace, I'll be honest with you, Gov. When I saw 1-0 after 4 minutes, forgive me, and I was watching the rugby, I went, oh dear Lord, you know what? It was going to be one of those afternoons like losing at home to Mansfield last weekend and losing the rugby to Scotland. But listen, you know, there's always hope, Jace. As I say, at 4:50 today, I was down the dumps. 4:52. Everything turned around. Yeah. We're going to go down, but at least we're going to go down.
Go down fighting, can't you? It's too little, too late. But look, I thought that was all right, Burnley. To be fair, I thought they played well.
No, but come on, that's not.
They're a good team, mate. Just accept it.
They're
you
not.
know,
they're not good.
That's just where you're at right now.
Unacceptable. Today's performance was unacceptable. I'm just so angry that you get yourself in a position without even playing, even at 4 minutes, you don't know what sort of performance we're going to put in. Honestly, mate, I just.
Up the gels.
So disappointed.
Get your calls in. You want to have your say on today's performances? We're going to hear from Liam Rosenior next as well. 03 717 22 3344.
The culprit that time, Jason Cundy.
I'll tell you why I'm not worried. Because if Arteta doesn't win anything this season, major, then it has to go. All right?
No, I disagree with that.
No, well, you would, wouldn't you? But we don't sack managers every other week.
But you can't sack a manager who gets to the latter stages of every competition. You can't. You can't.
You can, mate. When the pattern emerges.
You can sack them.
The pattern emerges. Chelsea did it.
It depends what they do.
They won things.
John,
okay, here's a question. Would you sack Arteta if they finish second in
well, what happens in the Champions League?
They lose in the final.
What happens in the Carabao Cup?
Lose in the final.
FA Cup?
Lose in the final.
No, mate, he's got to go. You can't.
You're gonna sack him.
You can't get to three
finals.
You can't get to three finals and finish second. You can't. That to me tells that is all the evidence. No, you well done. It's a little bit like what Claudio Ranieri done at Chelsea. Chelsea he finished second that season. We beat Arsenal in the semi-final, quarter-final of the Champions League. Got beat by Monaco. Jose comes in. We've gone from second to the quarter-finals to almost winning. We won the title, won the Carabao Cup. Arteta might just be that man. He might be the nearly man. He might be the man, but he might be the nearly man. If he's the nearly man...
Well, you'd sack him. You've got to be careful what you wish for, Jake. He's built this team for him.
I'm not saying...
Built this team, and if they don't win it this season, or they finish second and they miss the cup finals, whatever, I don't think you can sack Arteta. I don't, mate.
I think you can.
From where they've come from.
No, but that's the point I'm making. He has taken them to this point. Now, their time is now. Their time is now. And if it's not now, I don't know when it ever is going to be, because City will be stronger next season.
Listening to the Game Day phone on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hard, Jason Cundy. Get your calls in. You want to have your say on your team's performance? EFL, Premier League, 03 717 22 3344. Let's catch up with Ian Abrahams. He's made the trip down to Cornwall for Truro versus Gateshead. Right, Moose?
Absolutely. I'm all right, boys. How are you? I don't know. Did you play against Rob Elliott during his time at Newcastle at all? Either of you?
Where else was Rob Elliott?
No. Don't know. Mainly at Newcastle, I think. But anyway,
maybe.
He's in charge. He's in charge of Gateshead. They're bottom of the National League. They won for the first time in 14 on Tuesday after 13 straight defeats. And they've just scored here. Truro 0, Gateshead 1. Good move down the left-hand side by Billy Chadwick to play the ball in for Harrison Chapman to put the ball into the back of the net. Truro will drop to the bottom of the table if Gateshead win this. And at the moment, they are. The 900-mile round trip for the Gateshead fans is definitely worth it at the moment. Truro 0, Gateshead 1.
National League update on talkSPORT. With Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Whatever it is, we're here for it.
Moosey, I want to obviously ask you, for people that don't know why we're getting you on for Truro v Gateshead. It's the longest trip in English football.
It certainly is. Certainly in the top 5 divisions, absolutely. I've referenced there, it's over 900 miles round trip. It takes nearly 8 hours to drive down from Gateshead to Truro. It took me 6 hours, 45 minutes from Hertfordshire this morning. So it's a long way. I mean, if you can think of maybe Exeter, it's 60, 70 miles southwest of Exeter. It's the only professional club in Cornwall. It's their first ever time in the National League. And it's funny, I was speaking to the press officer here when I arrived. And he said, where do you come from? I said, from Boreham Wood. I said, oh, right, that's about 6 hours, 45 minutes away. He goes, yeah, it's one of our nearest trips. They don't have any local derbies here. Everywhere for them. I mean, Gateshead is about 15 miles longer trip there and back than Carlisle, but they've had to do lots of trips this season. They've had Hartlepool as well, and they've just equalised. Oh, yes! Ball to the far post, stabbed into the back of it. Goals as they go in on talkSPORT from the bottom of the National League in Cornwall. It's Truro 1, Gateshead 1. The man next to me is getting very excited.
Moose will be having a Cornish pasty later on, mate. Don't worry about it. He'll be ramming a bit of pasty down his neck.
He'll have a tuna one.
Tuna pasty.
You'll have a tuna pasty. Right, let's get back to it. Chelsea conceded an injury time equaliser at home to Burnley. Here's what manager Liam Rosenior told Sam Ellard post-match.
Every game in this league is difficult in different ways. We need to make sure we bounce back. We've got a difficult game at Arsenal, but I don't judge. Every game is difficult, and it's an opportunity to win games, but it's also an opportunity where you can lose games if you're not at the correct level.
And Liam, you mentioned, I think, for large parts of that first half, you had 80% of possession, maybe not creating too many clear-cut chances. Was just about you need to be a bit more braver in possession to try and force an opening, force better chances?
I felt we could be more incisive with the possession that we had. I felt we could risk the ball a little bit more, which is what I want. There are things for us to work on. Second half, I thought we did that. I thought we created really good moments, but our final end product wasn't there. I don't remember them having a moment, and that's really the frustrating thing about this game and the Leeds game, is that from really dominant positions we haven't managed to get the points that we should take from the game.
And there's another one positive take from this game, another goal for João Pedro, a proper number 9's finish. Fantastic. Happy with how he's doing at the moment?
Yeah, very happy with him. His position that he takes up is exactly what we want, but strikers score goals to win games, and we haven't managed to win the game today.
Liam Rosenior speaking there. Fair reflection?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realise it was 80% possession, but we've done nothing with it, mate. Done nothing with the ball. No. Quickness, moving the ball. They were setting their shape. When the teams sit like that,
yeah,
you can be well coached. You've got to find a way to break them down. We didn't even look like breaking them down. We didn't look it. Can't tell you how disappointed I was with that tonight. That was poop. It was. Come away from there and you go, do you know what? Burnley deserve that. They deserve to get something out of the game. And that you can't.
That's not good enough yet when you're trying to get Champions League. We weren't good enough, mate. Let's go to Connor, who's a Chelsea fan. All right, Con?
Hi, boys.
Connor,
how you feeling?
Yeah, well, same as Jace, to be honest. He really hit the nail on the head. He took the words out of my mouth on the last Chelsea call. We can scream till we're blue in the face about politics, about the board, etc. But age is our problem at the moment. Our squad, our players have great potential. If you look at the goal from Burnley, it was Andre Santos. He switched off. His man's run in front of him, headed the ball in far left. It's the problem with the age is they just forget that there's 90 minutes of a football game. We look back to seasons where we've won the Champions League. We had Thiago Silva's in the team, ones that have controlled the team. Colwill, who's learned under him, has been out all season, and he's been such a big loss for us.
I don't know if you can use age as... Yeah, I can get inexperience and controlling games. I get that. I can understand young lads not controlling. But come on, mate, set piece, free header.
Jay, no one takes responsibility.
No
one took responsibility.
But
no one jumped.
No, it's a free header.
That's what I mean, though.
That's what I mean. Come on, you get taught under 11s, you've got to learn how to, defend set pieces. It's not reserve team football.
Do you know the problem?
These are decent players who are playing first team.
Can I just say the problem, right? It was a zonal system Right, Mark? No, hear me. But when
Exactly.
someone gets taken off, someone has got to recognise, right, we have a man down. When you're marking zonally, right, you have spotters, right, or blockers, right? Someone has got to take responsibility. You don't need that many bodies in that 6-yard box. Someone's got to take responsibility. They sat there waiting, absolutely waiting for them to score. And then they've done it again.
You watch him, he runs straight across Santos.
Oh, I
straight
see
in
it.
front of him.
It's embarrassing. It's a free header in the 90th minute. It's like, it's ridiculous.
That's poop.
It's ridiculous. But I get that age thing. I get it. And, young players can let you down and all that. But, what about Robert Sanchez? I'll say it again, Con.
Well, yeah, but they're two separate issues.
He's booting it back to Burnley.
Jay's right. He's right.
Man, he's 28 years old.
He's
Don't tell me that's about age.
He's 100% right there. That decision making at that point, you've got to be cuter.
Yeah.
I watched Arsenal the other day. Okay, they didn't get away. What do you think Raya's doing in that situation? What do you think Raya's going to do? He's going down.
Rolling out, isn't he?
He's holding the ball and he's going on the ground and he's staying on there for 30 seconds. Or however long. Then he gets up and then he'll...
Yeah, but not good, Con. But look, Rosenior, you convinced?
Yeah, I reckon so. I think he's going to be great. I think he's shown great potential already. I've heard nothing but good things from him. I even heard Simon Jordan say some good things, which you don't hear him often, do you?
No.
So I'm taking that as a positive.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I don't think, Liam's going to learn from this as well. But in-game management from players, right? When a player gets sent off, someone, you get players ordering around, pulling players in different positions. It's almost that they go, here's my position, and I am not moving for. This is what I've been told to do. I have to stand here. And then he runs across the free. And it happened twice.
Yeah, twice. Connor, thanks for your call. Keep them coming in. Reminder is 0-0 in the game, the 5:30 game between West Ham and Bournemouth. We'll get to Tom for the big moments in that, but you want to hear from you. 03 717 22 33 44.
Just unbelievable how things have changed so dramatically just from like a 190-minute game where Arsenal
No,
really...
but it's not 190-minute game, though.
No, it's not.
It's been a few weeks now.
No, you're right. But if Arsenal win that 2-0 compared to drawing it 2-2, the narrative is so different. The point, it's so... We're talking about now, you said it last night, Championship rounds, we are there. We're approaching that time now.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the funny thing, right, is that it's... Man City, right? They're not putting Arsenal under pressure. This is not like Man City and Liverpool going toe to toe, where City win, Liverpool win, City win, Liverpool draw, City win, Liverpool win, City. And do you remember that under Klopp and Pep, right?
Yeah.
And I remember when Chelsea were like going toe to toe with Man United. There'll be that they win, and you have to go. And there's like the points difference was minute, and every result mattered. The only reason that Man City are back in this title race ain't because of Man City. It's because of Arsenal. That's the reason they're back in it. Not that Man City are like putting pressure on them. The only pressure that's coming is from.
So you think it's more about them stumbling than actually?
Yes, 100%. This is not.
But I think down your neck. I know, but I think Man City are. They've been they're rebuilding, right? They've built a new team.
Yeah.
Arsenal's team was ready to win it, so. Yeah. But I feel like Man City now, this is when Man City come alive. Right, this is when they come alive.
This will be the worst Man City side to win the Premier League.
listening to the Game Day phone-in on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hart, and Jason Cundy. Reminder of today's 3 p.m. Premier League results. Chelsea 1-1 with Burnley. Aston Villa 1-1 with Leeds. Brentford, they lost at home to Brighton. 5:30 game. It is 0-0. Let's cross over straight away to Tom Clayton.
West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0, about 36 minutes on the clock here. And it's been a game that started out quick, but since then it's all been Bournemouth. West Ham are trying to get on the counter-attack, but so far not really much trouble for either Petrovic or Hermansen in either goal. 1 yellow card so far in this game for Thomas Souček, who hacked down Alex Scott in midfield. That only the real incident so far, aside from a goal line scramble from a corner in the first minute or so. 36 minutes into the first half. West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0.
Okay, keep your calls coming in on the Game Day phone-in. EFL action as well. West Brom being urged their fans to sack Eric Ramsey already. Wrexham win a 8-goal thriller against Ipswich. Big win for Pompey as well at the Den. A reminder, Ireland battered England 42-21 at Twickenham in the Six Nations. Let's go back to some of your calls and look ahead as well to the latest odds in the 5:30 game. All thanks to Betfair.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sum from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
It is 0-0 between West Ham and Bournemouth. West Ham to win 2-1. The draw is 2-1. Bournemouth to win is 6-4. That's all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus. Big gambler.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sum from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Right, Aston Villa drew 1-1 with Leeds. Poor performance from them. Let's go to Richard, who's a Villa fan. All right, Rich.
All right, Rich. Up the Villa.
Rich.
Up the Villa.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Is that Ricky?
Yeah, it's Ricky.
All right, yeah, sorry. All right, Rick, look, what do you make of it today? Aston Villa, you've stumbled a bit.
No, we've been stumbling for a few weeks now.
Yeah.
The problem is, I think it's PSR. So what I wanted to say was, we brought back, I think out of desperation more than anything, Douglas Luiz and Leon Bailey. Leon Bailey is a one-trick pony. Everyone's figured him out. I don't think we get anything from him. And Douglas Luiz is half the player that we let go. Now, when you're challenging for the top four, which we are, and I don't think we'll get there, in all honesty, the last few games that I've seen, the last few games I've been to, we just look awful. There's no control in midfield. We lose everything in midfield. Emi Martinez, I don't know what's happened to him. He just feels half the goalkeeper that we've had. It feels like, again, PSR is killing us. You know, we've got the money, we've got the ability to move forward, but we can't. And we've gone backwards. We've gone back to players that we let go. And there was a reason we let them go. Okay, Douglas Luiz, maybe we were struck by PSR and also with Leon Bailey. But I think we're better off without them. And we're playing them and we're getting nothing from
Rick,
them.
I get the PSR. Like, I really do. I get it. The club wants to move forward. But you've still got a damn good team. And, you know, you weren't moaning about PSR when you won 11 games on the bounce.
But we've lost our whole midfield, which means we haven't got the benches like Arsenal have or Man City have. Okay, so, yeah, it was great when we were there, but that's because we had a solid team that we just kept playing game in, game out. Now we're at that position where we don't have them. Now we can see the real. Everybody was saying at the time, oh, Villa are challengers. Are they going to win the league? And I'm going to be honest with you. I was one that said, yeah, we can. But I didn't realise that when we hit this point, we're not strong enough.
No, you're not.
But there's nothing we can do about it.
I mean, I have some sympathy. You're right to mention the fact that when back then, but over the course of a long season, especially when you're in Europe as Villa are, and you're up against sides that spend huge sums of money.
Yeah,
huge. I mean, unbelievably, Aston Villa are still third. I mean that's quite remarkable in itself.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
51 points.
How gutted would they be if they end up 6th or 5th?
Of course.
You know, because you got Man United breathing down your neck. Chelsea will. Liverpool ain't going to let up. You know, so
no.
Yeah, he makes a good point, Rick. They could still finish outside the Champions League spot.
Well, they're in a nice position.
They're in a great position.
You know, there ain't that many
They
games.
can't have too many more games where they're, stumbling over the line.
But it happens.
Leeds, really,
Yeah.
should have won the game.
It happens, mate. And that's it wasn't that long ago. They got beat at home with 10 men, wasn't it? Aston Villa.
Yeah, who's that against?
What's that against? Who did they beat? Was it? It's a good question. I'm going through the.
You brought it up.
I know.
You got to have the info.
I watched the game.
You watched the game. You can't remember who the team was.
No.
Good team then.
Yeah. Who was it? Was it Brentford? Do you know what? I think it was Brentford.
You brought it up, and then you're asking me about the info.
It's Brentford. It was Brentford. Yeah, it was Brentford.
Definitely?
Yeah, 100%.
No wiggle room?
No wiggle room, going 100% Brentford, right?
Okay. All right, let's hear from Scott Parker, praising the grit of his Burnley players today.
Happy, I suppose, a little bit of frustration in the back end of it, because obviously we miss a big chance which could have made it a little bit different, and we could have gained the 3 points. But I think overall I'm immensely proud of the group, and coming to a place like this, a tough place, going a goal down within minutes. I don't know when the first goal was scored, but minutes, and to show the resilience and to then ease our way back into the game. Certainly in the first half, I thought we started to show our dominance, and then to get the goal at the end was really pleasing. This year at times there's been many challenges, and there's been a lot of noise around us, and that noise has put immense pressure on this young group at times, and they're experiencing things for the first time. But there's one thing that this group have got, is a resilience beyond resilience. And only 10 days ago we went to Crystal Palace and it was 2-0. We was 2-0 down after 25 minutes, and I think any man or any woman, child watching that game would have said there's no way that Burnley are getting back in this game. From what's happened, this team showed absolute resilience, got herself off the canvas and come back, and it was the same today really. So I'll never question that. It's a tough league and we've experienced some of that, and sometimes we've fallen a little bit short in terms of the level of what we're playing up against. But there's one thing what this team have got, is this grit and fight, and they're learning to gain a resilience which is beyond really.
Yeah, Scott Parker speaking after the game. Let's go to John. He's a Chelsea fan. All right, John.
John boy.
Hello there. You all right, boys?
Yeah, John. Fuming?
Absolutely fuming with today, mate. I was watching the game live. I was down there today, and I'm just going to say that the slow pace of the game, it absolutely infuriating to watch, especially to concede in the last minute like we did. I know we had 10 men, but it's just we're Chelsea Football Club. We're playing Burnley, for God's sake.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I mean, it was a poor performance. It really was.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of possession, but
even if we'd hung on, right? Even if we'd managed to hang on, I said to Jay in the break, I still would have come in and said exactly what I'm saying. The performance was way below par, way below anything.
Why is that? Why do you think that is?
I just think this. I think the way that Burnley set up, we had no answer. The 5-4-1, we could not break them down. We couldn't break them down, and the lack of urgency. We couldn't get Cole Palmer on the. Yeah, our influential, creative players couldn't get on the ball. Cole was having to drop deeper, right, and then trying to influence the game 15, 20 yards deeper than he really wants to be.
Yeah.
Couldn't get him on the ball. There was a malaise about us, like a real. There was no. It felt. We'll win. You know what it felt like? We'll win the game. That's fine. Don't we won it up? We win. It's only Burnley.
Yeah.
Felt a little bit like that. That's why I'm angry, because we've allowed, and like I said, Burnley can't argue. Burnley deserves someone out the game. It's so that weren't good enough. That's
disappointing, John. Disappointing for you. You convinced with Rosenior?
Not really. Well, with him, I feel like he's just got his qualification off the back of a Kellogg's box. Do you know what I mean?
Kellogg's. Wait. You A for A?
You can get a pro license off of the old Kellogg's.
Who's he managed? Just like a Legoland license.
Hull, mate. Good team.
Not Strasbourg.
Strasbourg. Good team.
Oh, silly.
Derby assistant manager.
Team.
Good team. Come on, mate. You can't get that off Kellogg's. Don't get to them levels, mate, from Kellogg's.
You said, yeah, well, you can certainly get to those levels if you've been doing Sunday League football, which it looks like Rosenior's been doing with us at the moment. You've got Garnacho on the bench. Garnacho's a world-class player. I can't believe we haven't.
He's not a world-class player. Garnacho is not world-class, John. What are you on about?
He plays world-class, World Cup winning national team that he plays for, Argentina.
He is not a world-class player, John. You can't sit here and say Garnacho is a world-class player. Man United got rid of him.
If we would have brought him on, I feel like it would have changed the game.
When are you bringing him on? We're down to 10.
Well, I would have started him, to be fair.
Well, I mean, look, the performance. I'm not sure. I kind of agree with Jay on this one. I'm not convinced that Garnacho's the answer.
Here's one for you, right? You see,
He comes on, he scores goals. He's a super sub. He's fantastic. He's a fantastic little
John
player.
and Cundy, would you like? We see this a lot when you go down to 10 men. Instantly, they go defensive, right? Managers do it all the time. You actually just end up bringing pressure on yourself.
Yeah,
You're playing Burnley, right? Like you should really back yourself to win the game with 10 men, regardless. I know,
absolutely.
But does he make a point where you go, you know what? I'm going to bring on Garnacho. I'm going to keep Cole Palmer on the pitch. I'm going to set us up, in a way where we're still going to dominate the game. We're still going to have a presence. Because what happened really was you got the white flag out, you went retreat, and they end up costing you anyway. Sometimes I think when you go down to 10 men, it actually costs you.
Kellogg's, Legoland.
What? You mean Kellogg's Legoland?
Kellogg's, it's Legoland.
What Legoland? What's
Legoland?
Legoland?
Where you gone with that? Listen, I'll come back to you because it's half-time in the 5:30 game. Tom Clayton.
West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0. A game of few incidents so far. A couple of early chances for West Ham. One fell to Axel Disasi, which he put over the top of the crossbar from close in. Crescencio Somerville has been a trouble bit of play for Bournemouth down the West Ham left. He's produced a couple of crosses into the centre of the box, which have had to be dealt with by the keeper Petrovic. But ultimately, it's been a game that's been restricted to long shots and pot shots. Andoni Iraola in the stands this afternoon after a suspension that was given to him by Sam Barrett, our match official this afternoon. Both teams, they played out 5 draws in a row between these two sides in the last 5 fixtures. I wonder if we're going to get a 6th today. Half-time here at the London Stadium. It is West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0.
Okay, thanks, Tom. We're going to go to the longest game in English football now. It's half-time there. Truro v Gateshead. Moose.
Yeah, 900-mile round trip, and at half-time it's Truro 1, Gateshead 1, the bottom 2 in the National League. Gateshead ahead, Harrison Chapman set up by Sam Bowen to finish neatly over the goalkeeper for to put Gateshead ahead. But Truro levelled on 27 minutes when Christian Oxlade-Chamberlain, brother of Alex, stabbed the ball across for Tyler Harvey to put it into the back of the net and give Truro a goal and level it up. Truro have been the better side and had more shots saved, but the Gateshead fans behind the goal, well, they'll be happy so far because their team are level at half-time. Truro City 1, Gateshead 1 as they plan their 9-hour trip back to Gateshead.
National League update on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Here for it. Book now at enterprise.co.uk.
We know where Moose is going now, don't we, at half-time?
Oh, straight to the pasty shop.
Yeah, he's in there.
Straight down there.
Good old Cornish pasty.
That's what he's having, mate.
Oh, lovely. Right, keep your calls coming in on the Game Day phone in 03 717 22 3344.
I've got to talk about Celtic. The title, I don't. You've been away, right? The title's blown open now. Celtic favourites, Rangers second favourite, Hearts third.
Yeah.
And I've been whinging, right? And maybe I shouldn't because I don't go regular now. But I've been whinging about Celtic's lack of creation in midfield. It really annoyed me. I'm looking in the midfield saying, come on, we're better than that. Anyway, they got absolutely gubbed last night. But what I didn't know was right from the first whistle, the old tennis balls.
Yeah. Martin O'Neill said something about it.
All I'm saying is this, right? I'm not trying to cover up a shocking result. Celtic got pumped, absolutely pumped, 4-1. But I'm not talking about that because Stuttgart are probably a decent side, better than Celtic.
Yeah.
It doesn't do the players any good when you start that carry on.
Well, it gives the away team a lift as well.
As Martin said, Stuttgart players would know about the atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, all these tennis balls come on, they're saying, "Oh, lovely."
We were talking about. I think Martin was talking about when Juventus, they were scared to go to Celtic Park. You know, the atmosphere, the hostility, all that sort of stuff. It's not an easy place to go and play, probably as a European side, but they make it probably easier.
I'm going to upset a few now. Celtic fans, did you throw a tennis ball after the first kick? Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you're very disappointed the way things are going now.
The bold and all that sort of stuff.
For God's sake, it doesn't do it before the game and after the game, not during the game. Honestly. Yeah, you're listening to the Game Day phone on talkSPORT. Me, Joe Mahar, Jason Cundy taking your calls. EFL action, Premier League action. You want to have your say? Get involved in the show. 03 717 22 33 is half time in the 5:30. So let's take a look at the latest odds. All thanks to Betfair.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Yeah, it's 0-0 between West Ham and Bournemouth. West Ham to win now is 15-8. The draw is 6-4. Bournemouth to win is 2-1. That's all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
Right, bit of EFL action. Unbelievable day, as it always is in the EFL. Wrexham won 5-3 against Ipswich Town, and we've got Aled, who's a Wrexham fan. All right, Aled?
How we doing, lads?
All right,
How we going?
all right, mate. I'm all right. I mean, look, fair play to the boys. Big result, that.
Big result, big performance. I can't wait to watch it back. Unbelievable, honestly. You're off your seat every couple of minutes. It was mad.
Yeah. Was it 3-3 at some point? It was 3-3.
I couldn't tell you, mate. Honestly, I couldn't tell you.
I'm sure it went 3-3, but yeah, I mean, what a
it's
game.
A big win, that.
Massive.
That is a big win against a side that a lot of people not just tipped to get promoted, but made go as champions.
Well, yeah, because you beat Ipswich, Millwall dropped points as well. All of a sudden, you know, you're right in amongst it. I mean, this story that Wrexham have got going on, and I know that you've had a few quid pumped into it. I get all that.
Yeah.
But it's still an unbelievable story.
It is, mate. Yeah, it's unbelievable. The owners have, I called in a couple of weeks ago, said the same thing then. It was like, the owners have put their money where their mouths are, and that's for sure. And
but you still got to do it, right? You still got to get it done.
Exactly.
Still got to perform. You know, you come up to the championship, everyone's got money. Do you know?
Exactly.
Like, so to do what you're doing, that shows what actually this club mentality, the culture, the players, the manager.
In the playoff places right now, I mean, it's to get where you are. I mean, if you don't make it up into the Premier League, you can go again next season. But to be where you are, it is remarkable. And I know that Wrexham, a lot of people don't like Wrexham because they see you. Yeah, I know you couldn't care less, and why should you? But
exactly.
Jay's right. It's quite remarkable to see Wrexham 6th in the Championship.
I mean, we were 15 years in the National League, mate. Nearly went bust, and even in the National League, we were struggling. It wasn't like
Dean Saunders was your gaffer. That's how bad it got. I mean, look, you've been watching obviously the Championship week in, week out. Can you go up?
I think we can, mate. I mean, you look at where we are now. You were saying before, last night, obviously, Preston dropped points, Hull dropped points today, and we're right amongst it. You've got teams coming up from behind us at the same time. Birmingham are doing well. Southampton have got a bit of momentum. So it's a really competitive league. But I think we can. I think we can hold on. Portsmouth on Tuesday, be another test. They beat, was it Millwall today, 3-1 away?
Yeah, massive result.
So yeah, every game is just insane. Anyone could beat anyone in this league, and that's the difference. You know, you go from League Two where it was there was like 3 teams in it. League One more or less the same, but you come to the Championship and everyone can beat anyone.
Well, when you look at the bottom of the table in the Championship, you know you got Sheffield Wednesday, Oxford, and then you've got Leicester, West Brom, and Blackburn all at the bottom. I mean,
2 of those sides have won the Premier League.
It's like, that is outrageous when you think about it. You know, top big football club. So fair play to Wrexham. I know people give you stick because you've had some money, but you're in the Championship and everyone's got money. Everyone pays good wages. It's a proper football teams all trying to fight to get in the Premier League, and yous are doing it. So fair play to your manager. Fair
Still
play
going
to
strong in the FA Cup as well. So Cundy, you better.
No, don't listen. Come on, Alid, come on, mate. Don't be silly.
Give old Deadpool a ring. I might see if he can come on.
Don't be silly, Alid.
The gaffer that what was the guy John saying before? He got his qualification in the back of it. Unbelievable, mate.
Yeah. Ali, what are you doing tonight? Are you out? Is Wrexham a good night out?
It's class. I went out last night, right? There was 25 lads on a stag do from Chicago. Imagine that. Come to Wrexham to watch the game. 25 lads from Chicago on a stag do.
Hold on. 25 Americans flew out.
American lads from Chicago
on a stag do to Wrexham.
Insane.
Big thing. They got a big draw.
Mate, you don't go on a stag do.
Honestly, it was unbelievable. I can't believe it. There was 25 of them.
To Wrexham, it's global, mate. It's international.
You don't have a stag. You don't go from Chicago to Wrexham for a stag.
I don't know why you go to Wrexam.
Quite a contrast.
You're flying over.
Let me tell you, I've been out in Chicago. It's a lot better than Wrexham. Alan, thanks for your call, mate. Let's go to Clive. He's a Leeds fan. All right, Clive.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
I'm all right, Clive. I'm
Dirty
all right.
Leeds.
Probably a bit gutted, weren't you, today?
Yeah, I mean, like the free kick that Anton scored, probably one of the best free kick goals that you'll see this season. I think, I'm not over exaggerating, about 30 yards out.
Yeah, he meant it as well. He meant it.
Yeah, and then just a really good defensive performance for a lot of the game. Villa had a lot of possession, but didn't do massive amounts of it.
No.
And then we brought Metcher on, and when we went 2 up top, I thought for a brief period we looked really good going forward. Had 2 or 3 really good chances, and then the manner of the Villa goal was a really disappointing goal to concede. But I mean, we've had 8 games this season where we've conceded after the 90th minute, which has obviously resulted in a lot of dropped points. But I really believe that Leeds will reach 40 points. If we can get 3 more wins, we've got Burnley and Wolves and Sunderland who have a dodgy away record at Ellen Road this season still to play. Now, I think if we get those 3 wins, get to 40 points, I think we stay up.
Yeah, I think you're going to stay up as well. I think there's enough about you from what I've seen. You're picking up these little points you pick up. They're valuable. They're so valuable. I know you'll be devastated to concede so late on, but it's still a big point. To go and get a point away at Chelsea and a point away at Villa when you're fighting relegation, they're 2 messy points.
No, I agree, but that would have put them, if they won that game, they would have been on 35 points. I mean, they're basically there.
Of course.
I
think they've got.
I think they're good enough. I said that I don't even see really Leeds in a relegation fight because I just don't think West Ham can catch them. I don't think Nottingham Forest can.
Are you in a relegation fight?
Yeah. Not yet though.
Yeah, but not yet.
Yeah, well we are. Well, let's see after tomorrow. The thing is, everyone goes on about a relegation fight, and I get it, right? Oh, you're in a relegation fight because you're down at the bottom, and look, I understand that we're down there at 16th in the table, but there's still 12 games to play. Like, do you know, like, there's a lot of points to play for. There's
okay, let me ask you this. Can you get European football?
No, we can't get European football. No, we can't. We could get mid-table, and then, but yes, you could argue that we're in a relegation fight because we're 16th, but if we're 16th when there's 6 games to go, we're in a relegation fight. Even then,
not yet.
Well, there's still 18 points to play for, even when there's 6 games left. Do you know? So there is a huge amount of points to play for. There's so many points to play for. Like we need to. Yes, you can argue it. 16th in the table, 29 points. It's not been great, but I don't think
28
you say
games,
it's a relegation fight just yet.
28 games.
Yeah, I know. But we've still got 12 left.
No, but it's
Actually, no, we ain't. How many games have we got? No, yeah, we've got 12.
How many games you
I
played?
said
there?
26. Yeah, we've got 26 games. We've got 12 left. Come on.
No, I agree with you.
How
I
many
don't think
points
you're going to
is
go
that?
down.
How many points is that? 12 games left. How many?
36.
Yeah. 36 points to play for.
Yeah.
Come on. Don't tell me we're in a relegation.
No, but what if you only pick up 3?
That's not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. We need to win 3 games. That's it. We need to win 3 games.
Honestly, that's unbelievable. You are saying that.
Yeah, but
Just win 3.
That's why I don't think we're in a relegation fight.
You've only won 7 all season.
All right, keep the calls coming in. We'll build up to that game. Obviously, North London Derby a little bit later on in the show, but we'll continue to take your calls. We've got second half of West Ham Bournemouth as well coming up. 03 717 22 33 44.
Do you doubt that Jermaine can take Moses Atoma into the later rounds?
I think he's going to get knocked out. I do. I think there's no. And by the way, saying someone's going to get knocked out is not meant to be disrespectful. I'm not disrespecting Jermaine. I'm looking at the fight, looking at Moses Atoma, looking at what I've seen from Jermaine. And I think that ideally, I don't want to see an early fight. I want to see a good fight. I want to see Jermaine stick it on Moses Atoma. I want to see a good fight. And ultimately, we have an enjoyable evening watching 2 good fighters put something out. But I think Moses, I don't think he's been in with someone as quick and as fast and at this stage in his career. Going in with Anthony Joshua and Dillian White at their stages in their career is not the same going in with Moses. But on the other side of it, Moses isn't as experienced and as wise as those 2 fighters.
And that's
so there's a trade-off. But I think, personally, with due respect to the man sitting next to me, I think he's going to get knocked out by Moses.
But there's nothing to suggest that he will get knocked out because he's never been knocked down, never been knocked out.
And I'm happy to be wrong.
No, but what I'm saying
is
he's been, yeah, absolutely. But I say he had been in at the time with Anthony Joshua. Yeah, he was on a rebuild and a comeback, but that kid can whack, and he's still very, very dangerous. And Jermaine took some flush shots from him.
The big question about Anthony at that fight, and it's always been about Anthony, was he gun shy? And there was,
he was letting the shots go.
There was an allegation at that fight. He was getting himself through that fight. Moses Atoma won't navigate this fight.
We'll
see.
Shy. See, that's the difference between skills and just watching it. I made him fight that way. It wasn't that he had to fight.
Fair enough.
I made it that way.
Fair enough.
It's different when you're in the ring.
Of course.
You know, so like everybody expects Moses to come out and fight this way or do this and do that. I won't let him.
No.
He's going to have to try. He's going to have to try and try again.
Trip to Cheltenham, Alan Brazil style on talkSPORT.
Yeah, fancy joining talkSPORT, the famous Cheltenham Festival for Gold Cup Day? Well, we're giving away the ultimate hospitality experience for 2 on Friday, March 13th. You'll get the full-day VIP treatment, 4-course lunch, complimentary bar, all day. Wow. Celebrity tipsters and more. You'll be experiencing the races in the best way possible. You'll get to meet some of us. Here's how to enter. For your chance to win, text WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rank. Or call 0343 418 7260. Lines closed 27th of Feb 2026 at 4 p.m. That's when you need to answer your phone. If it rings, 18 plus, UK residents only. To TalkSport promotion, full T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win, text win to 83338 now. But you can continue taking your calls on the Game Day phone in 03717 223344. We've got team news as well coming up in about 15 minutes. Man City v Newcastle. But let's go to Richard. He's a Chelsea fan. All right, Rich.
Hello.
How are you, Richie? How you feeling?
I just can't believe the dross I've watched again and again, you know what I mean?
Cundy play?
I'll tell you what, Jason, I've been watching Chelsea for 57 years, since I was 5 years old, right?
Did watch him play.
And I'll tell you what, mate, I found out we had 67% of possession today, yeah? 50% of that must be backwards and sideways. It's just dross. The one time we sped the ball up a little bit, we scored a goal in the first 4 minutes. Bang, 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 we were in and scored a goal. What did he do then? Sit back and do nothing? Not a thing. Can you tell me the sort of tactics? It's not just him, the other kid did it. Maresco did it before. They're all at it, mate. It's like, do they think possession wins a game? Putting the ball in the net wins a game, mate. Honestly, it's pathetic. It's so poxy boring to watch and all. It's ridiculous.
I mean, I can't disagree. Today was bad.
It feels. Every Chelsea
fan
is like,
today was bad.
Bad.
It's the worst we played under Rosenior. There's no doubt. It's not even close. Go on, mate.
Jason, can I just say something to you, right? You're an ex-centre half, right? Now, I play football, not great standards, but I've watched football my life since I was 5 years old, right? Listen, that's probably that level, right? But listen, would you ever bring your old team back to defend a corner? What is going on?
Well, we didn't do it, though.
No, but what I'm saying, not today, but every game I'm watching the whole team back for a corner. I mean, not just Chelsea, the whole Premier League does it now.
I know. Do you know what? When I played, and I'm going to ask Jay in a second as well, you'd always leave two up top.
Two up.
Right?
At least two
and
up.
they've got to leave three up.
Two on
They've
the
got to
edge.
leave three
What about
back.
on the edge?
No, but when you played Arsenal, you put three up.
We did, yeah.
So why don't you just carry on doing that? Don't you want to take bodies out?
Why does everyone in the Premier League do it now? It's like the Emperor's new clothes, mate. Hang about, he ain't got no clothes on, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think the problem you've got, right, is the fact that they're so scared of conceding set pieces that...
But Jay, that's fine then. No, Jay, that I watched the goal go in, and I'm watching Chelsea, and I'm looking in our 6-yard box. It's the zonal marking, right? No one attacks the ball. No one attacks the ball.
Zonal marking.
Jay, it was. No one attacks the ball.
Zonal marking. You're still allowed to move when you zonal mark.
No, they didn't.
No, but like you're in a zone, but your zone is.
Jay, no one attacked the ball.
You still got to defend.
No, I'm all right. I'm in my zone.
Fleming, literally. Who was it who let him run? Fleming just
I think
walked past.
Santos let him run, mate.
Put your arm out.
Yeah.
Put your arm out. Do something.
He's
Block
meant to
it.
be one of the blockers or spotters. He's one that's
Santos. That blocking nonsense is absolute nonsense. Man mark, then no one. If I'm
go and
man
attack
marking
the
you,
ball.
you score a goal.
Go and attack the
If I'm
ball.
man marking you, and if I'm man marking you and you score a goal, it's my fleeting fault, mate.
Yeah.
No one wants to get the blame for anything anymore.
I agree.
I agree. It's disgusting, honestly.
I really don't know why everyone brings back all the players all the time, especially in this season.
They all do it.
No, but
Chelsea conceded to Brentford. I think it was Brentford. Two goals from two poxy long throws. You can't defend a long throw. Oh, come on! One front, one behind. It's like Chelsea had about 10 players in the box, right?
One in front, one behind. Stand on his toes.
Right, let's
his
not
toes.
It's a family show. It's a family show.
No flick on. No flick on.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like
Rich. But Rich, listen. Just on the back of that, right? That's fine. But what about the performance?
The performance, mate.
What about the performance?
Good performance.
It was dismal.
It was
dismal.
It was terrible.
It was dismal.
Listen, with 5 minutes to go, Chelsea were running. With 5 minutes ago, Chelsea were running in the corner, wasting time.
I know, but then,
pathetic, mate.
Yeah, I can't.
Gels.
You know, I don't know what you want to say. I was there.
But there's nothing to say except try and score a goal, mate. You know what I mean? Don't try and run in the corner with 5 minutes to go. We won. We should have had 3 goals in the first half, right? But all down bad touches, whatever you want to say. But the ball away, they don't look up when they cross the ball. They just hit it straight into an area. Listen, That's fine if there's people in the area.
Rich,
listen, thanks for your call.
Rich, take it easy, man.
Let's go to Tommy. He's Aston Villa fan. Tommy.
How's it going, lads? All right?
All right, Tommy. The Villa have stumbled.
Yeah, we've been stale for the last 5 or 6 games, I'd say. We just look a bit stale, like we've run out of energy. It doesn't help when Tielemans and Kamara are injured. If you look at our results since Kamara and Tielemans haven't been in the team, and McGinn, I suppose. Watkins has gone off the ball. He went through that little period of getting a few goals over the Christmas period. We thought maybe his confidence is back. He's gone stale again because he's not got Tielemans in the side creating chances. Kamara was a great shield for the back four. Now we look leaky. And PSR doesn't allow us to obviously recoup for those injuries, even loan players. We've had to bring Bailey back, who the previous Villa fan that rang in was slagging Bailey off and slagging Louise off. You've got to remember Bailey was injured for most of his Roma spell, and he's come back to the Premier League where it's fast pace and he's not match fit. Douglas Luiz went to Juventus, spent most of his time there injured, went to Forest, couldn't really get going. I feel like he's only come back because he was a fan favourite, and Emery was obviously had his hands tied with PSR, so it just made sense to bolster midfield with whatever he could get in. Luiz on his day is a good player, but I just think the injuries that he's had has taken a toll on him. Bailey is just the same, really. His injuries have taken a toll on him. He's lost a bit of pace. He doesn't look confident to take players on anymore. Luckily, Jadon Sancho's picked up a bit of confidence. But again, Jadon Sancho on his own is not getting us out of trouble. We haven't had a striker this season that looks like scoring over 10 goals.
Tammy's notched.
Pardon?
Tammy notched.
Yeah, Tammy Abraham, another fan favourite. Since he's left Villa Park, he's not really done the business over in Italy.
Well, he's done
all
right.
He's done all right. Yeah, but all right when you're third in when you're chasing Champions League in the Premier League is not good enough for a striker.
You're not chasing the Premier League, are you? Come on.
No, not the Premier League. I said sorry. I was meant to say chasing top 4 in the Premier League.
Right. Yeah, top 4. Yeah.
You know, if you want to be a top 4 team, you got to have goal scorers.
No, but you're still. I mean, I understand the frustration because things have definitely taken a little dip of late, right?
No, I'm not frustrated. I expected this when we got to January because of PSR, the injuries. I'm happy if we think, we're doing great. Considering the resources Emery's got to play with and the injuries we've got, we're doing brilliant. To save a point today was, I was watching the game and saying to my partner at the time, bloody hell, we've managed to score because all game we didn't look like scoring. And I celebrated a draw. Now, most Villa fans are saying, what you're doing at home, celebrating a draw to Leeds. I'm just being realistic with the resources Emery's had in January and the injuries we've got. There was always going to be a dip from what we were doing after we went through that bad spell at the start of the season.
All right, Tommy, listen, thanks for your call. I'm going to get back to the 5:30 game. Watching it for us is Tom Clayton.
West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0, and there's a competition on to see who can play this game at the slowest pace between these two sides. Both trying to take the sting out of it. West Ham trying to get things going on the counter-attack, but doesn't seem to be happening for them. Bournemouth are better in possession as they come forward. A couple of long throws for James Hill have been well dealt with as West Ham come forward, and it's down in towards the middle of the penalty area. West Ham still have a chance here. Bournemouth have been the better side in this game, but the ball's crossed into the centre towards Jarrod Bowen and it's cleared away. As it stands, both of these heading for a goalless draw. As I was saying earlier on, 5 consecutive draws between these two. None of them have been goalless. There's never been a goalless draw between these two sides. They're throwing over on the far side for West Ham United. They're trying to get themselves back into this game, but not an awful lot to tell you about at this stage. 56 minutes on the clock. West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0.
OK, let's take a look at the latest odds in that 5:30 game, all thanks to Betfair.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Yeah, it is 0-0 between West Ham and Bournemouth. West Ham to win 2-1. The draw 11-8. Bournemouth to win 9-4. That's all thanks to Betfair. 18+. Begin with all.
Odds update on talkSPORT with Betfair. Play in a different league this season with Safe Sub from Betfair. 18+, gambleaware.org.
Right, we've got a goal down in Truro in Abrahams.
Truro 1, Gateshead 2. Remember, Gateshead started the night on the bottom of the National League. They've made the trip of 900 odd miles and more round trip to get here, and they've just gone back in front through Harrison Chapman. Ball on the edge of the penalty area, got it onto his right foot, and he's absolutely arrowed it into the corner net. Really good goal, a goal worth driving 900 miles there and back to see, I promise you. If you believe me, you believe anything. Truro 1, Gateshead 2.
Yeah, don't know about that. All right, Moose. Keep your calls coming in. We've got team news coming up next. Man City versus Newcastle is going to be live on talkSPORT straight after us. But keep your calls coming in. 03 717 22 3344.
They've changed the manager, which is what the fans wanted. I was at their last home game against Newcastle United, and it just felt like the players were completely on the floor, just didn't have the answers, didn't look interested or committed to the manager's plan. How will it be different under Igor Tudor, and has he had enough time to work with his players, Crook?
I'm intrigued by this appointment because obviously one of the main factors is he's proven in the past that he can come into a team in a difficult situation, give them an uplift, put wins on the board, which obviously Spurs need to steer themselves away from relegation danger. But as Southampton found with Ivan Juric last season, who had a similar profile, there's a big difference between doing that in European leagues and coming into the Premier League and doing it. I do think you're right. I think the atmosphere around the stadium will be a lot more positive on Sunday than it has been previously. I think the change of manager, the fact it's not Thomas Frank anymore as much as anything, makes this a more difficult fixture for Arsenal. But what happens if they go behind early? What happens if they lose this game? That lightning rod effect that the Spurs hierarchy are obviously hoping for suddenly evaporates quite quickly.
Yeah, it's slightly different in terms of the profile of the manager. I mean, you keep comparing Juric to Tudor, but Juric basically only managed teams in Italy, Genoa, and Hellas Verona down the bottom of the table. Igor Tudor has managed Marseille, Lazio, and Juventus. So it is a slightly different
How many of those were in relegation trouble when he took over? Because that's where Spurs are.
You're listening to the GameDay phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hart, and Jason Cundy. Keep your calls coming in. 03 717 22 3344. Time now, though, to discuss some of the main topics of the day, all thanks to Betfair.
Topic of the day on talkSPORT with Betfair. 18+ gambleaware.org.
Yeah, when we're done at 7:30, Ian Danza hosts a huge game, live and exclusive commentary of Man City v Newcastle. Sam Matface has the team news.
Very good evening to you, Jamie and Jason. Yes, welcome to a rainy Etihad Stadium where Manchester City plan to close the gap at the top of the Premier League to just 2 points to Arsenal tonight. In order to do that, they've got to do what they usually do when they come up against Newcastle here, and that is win. They make just one change from their last league game, which was 10 days ago. Phil Foden drops out of the starting 11 and onto the bench. Omar Marmoush, who scored twice against Newcastle United in the Carabao Cup second leg semi-final, comes into the starting 11. Newcastle make one change from midweek when they won so brilliantly in Carabao. 3 from their last league game with Spurs. So this is how both teams start then. Donnarumma is the goalkeeper for Manchester City. The back four, Matthias Nunez, Diaz, Gay and Ait-Nouri, that's the back four. Silva, Rodri and O'Reilly in midfield with Marmoush, Haaland and Semenyo as the three-pronged attack. On the bench, Trafford, Reinders, John Stones, Ryan Cherki, Nico Gonzalez, Savinio, who we haven't seen for a little while, Abdulkadir Kusanov, Phil Foden and Rico Lewis. What about Newcastle United then? They start with Pope in goal. The back four is Trippier, Chow, Byrne and Hall. It's Willock, Tonali and Ramsey, still no Bruno Guimaraes, Ilanga, Voltemada and Gordon. It means that Barnes is on the bench tonight alongside John Ruddy and Aaron Ramsdale, two goalkeepers. Joel Linton, that's a welcome return. Will Osula, Jacob Murphy, Alex Murphy and two youngsters, Leo Shahan, Sean Neve, who made his senior debut in that game in Baku. We're underway at 8 o'clock. Our coverage tonight starts at 7:30.
Yeah, Sam, obviously a massive game for this Man City side, closing the gap on Arsenal before they play Tottenham tomorrow. How do you think Newcastle are going to go into this one? Because their record here is awful, but you know, on their day, they're a good team.
No, their record here isn't awful. It's much worse than that. They've played 20 Premier League games here at the Etihad Stadium. They've never won, not once. They've drawn 2, lost 18. That's the most games any team has ever played at a single venue without winning in Premier League history. So their record is absolutely abysmal on this stage. And actually, do you know what I will say though? Obviously Manchester City got the pressure on their shoulders to try and close the gap to Arsenal, but Newcastle's recent performances have been much better, especially away from home, than they have been previously, where they really struggled. More importantly, I think they'll take heart from the 2 games that they played in the Carabao Cup against Manchester City just a few weeks ago, because although they got beaten twice in those games, Jamie and Jason, actually they created a lot of chances in those matches as well. And if they'd taken one of those early on, which they should have done at home, and they should have done actually in the first passage of play in the game here, then things might have been a little bit different for them. If they can take one of those chances tonight, especially early on, they may get something from this game. And getting something from this game, of course, would delight Arsenal fans ahead of tomorrow's North London derby.
Sam, just thinking about the trip they had to Carabao midweek, the performance was outrageously good. They were so good. Yeah. Carabao were terrible. They were really good. I just wonder, with the journey, time, the travelling, you know, that takes a lot out of players. How much do you think the bench is going to help Newcastle here if they are to get anything out of this game?
Well, not much, because they haven't got much of a bench, really, if we're completely honest about it. Only Joel Linton, Harvey Barnes, Will Osula and Jacob Murphy, and Joel Linton's only really getting back to full fitness. He's not 100%. Jason, the last time I went to Baku, you and I went together, if I remember rightly. Yeah. And that is a hell of a journey, isn't it, to get back from there? Yeah. But Eddie Howe actually said, you know, there's no point in moaning about that. They got back 4 a.m. I think it was Thursday morning by the time they got back at 4 a.m. And actually they've had extra time because this game has been pushed back to 8 o'clock. Usually it would be at 12:30 on a Saturday, but it's been pushed back to 8 o'clock. So they've had extra time to rest and recuperate. And he said no excuses, actually, when it comes to that. And I suppose when you look at the team, the fact that he's only really made one change to the starting 11 that went to Karabakh in midweek and Baku, he obviously feels as if they can cope physically with it.
Yeah, if they're 3-0 down after 20 minutes, he'll be using it as an excuse, that's for sure.
If they're 3-0 down after 20 minutes, then it'll be exactly the same as it was here in the Carabao Cup semi-final. It was an absolute disaster for them. So I hope, for the game's sake, that it isn't like that. I hope it's a little bit closer. But obviously, with the way that things have gone here historically for Newcastle United, Manchester City are rightly big favourites tonight, but we shall see. Yeah. I think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, it's going to be a cracker.
Cheers, Sam.
Sam Matface taking over from us with Ian Danta. 8 o'clock kickoff, 7:30, straight after our show. Right, let's move on to James Milner. He's now played more Premier League games than anyone in history. 654. He's overtook his ex-Villa teammate Gareth Barry. The record came. Brighton won 2-0 away at Brentford. And afterwards, Milner spoke to talkSPORT's Alex Crook.
What would a teenage James Milner have said 23 years ago if I'd have turned around to you and said 23 years later you're going to be the record Premier League appearance holder?
We would probably said all right then, and just I've always just tried to get on with it and learn what I can and keep pushing, and like I say, I've been fortunate with the people I've worked with and the fantastic football clubs I've played for, and I still obviously have that drive to try and improve and push and be the best I can every day.
You've won Premier League titles, Champions Leagues, FA Cups. You've represented your country. Where does this achievement rank in terms of a career milestone?
A lot further down than any of those, to be honest. I've never really been one for individual stuff. It's the team, and you look back at your career and you think of the trophies you've won. I think it's a nice thing to have, but it's a team sport, and like you say, that cheer in the dressing room, that togetherness, that's what it's all about. Team spirit, being with the boys, achieving something as a group. There's nothing more special than that, and even in a game like that, it's not going to take us into third position in the league, but you see every day the work that goes in on the training field, the sacrifice boys are making, the effort they're making, and then you lose late goals and you lose points, and it's heartbreaking. And when everyone's putting absolutely everything into it, from the manager right the way through, the staff, the players, and you're not getting the reward you think you should be getting, that's football, that's the highest level. But then you have a day like today, which is in a way when it's only 3 points, but hopefully that will give the boys a belief and confidence that we can finish the season really strongly, because like I say, it's an incredible group, and I love being part of the dressing room, even though a lot of the boys are old enough to be my kids, but that's what I'm there to do, try and push them and get them to fulfil their potential as quickly as possible.
And just the last one from me, you've used the word togetherness quite a bit there. There's been a bit of outside noise when it comes to the manager, as there always is when a team are on a bad run of results. But does that performance today show the players are still very much behind Fabian?
I think the last two, I think at Villa as well, like I say, I think it was a strong performance against a good team, and we're unfortunate last minute. If you don't get results in the Premier League, you're going to get pressure, you're going to get outside noise. But it's what goes on inside that dressing room and inside the club, in that tight unit, that you see the strength of it, and you see how the boys fought today to get that win. I think that shows everything.
Yeah, James Milner there, obviously breaking the record. Fair play to him. What a player, legend in the Premier League.
A Premier League legend, mate. There's no doubt about that. To play at the level he has consistently for as long as he has, that takes some doing, mate. Honestly, that takes some doing.
Yeah.
The toll on his body. He's obviously looked after himself, the ultimate pro.
Mm-hmm.
What an inspiration he is to younger players. He's, an unbelievable career. Yeah. Incredible career.
Yeah, fair play to him. What a job he's doing. And he's still performing.
By the way,
it's not like he's on his last legs.
No, got a bit of paper here. talkSPORT presenters made their debut after James Milner.
Here we go.
Jermaine Pennant.
Yeah.
Gabby Agbon-Lahore.
These are not presenters, by the way. They're pundits.
Jamie O'Hara.
I played with James. Played with James in under-21s. I think he already played about 50 games with him. It was ridiculous.
See the record goal?
He's got the record caps for under-21s as well. Yeah, so I played with him, and he was really nice lad, really good, top player as well. But yeah, you could just see genetically, physically, he was.
He's looked up,
he's and obviously looked after his body as well. But yeah, fair play to him. I think I am.
What are you doing here with me?
What?
What are you doing here with me?
Well, because my body isn't of James Milner's, is it? Do you know what I mean? And I didn't look after my body like James Milner, did I? I went down a different road. You went
to a different burger van.
Yeah, I went to a different burger van and a different establishment. Fair play to him, unbelievable. Yeah, happy for him.
Congratulations.
154 games. That was a look. Some of the main topics of the day, all thanks to Betfair. 18 plus, began where dog.
Topic of the day on talkSPORT with Betfair. 18plusgambleaware.org.
Right, keep your calls coming in. We've got half hour left. If you want to have your say on your team's performance, we'll build up to North London Derby as well. Huge game tomorrow. We've got full time at West Ham. 20 minutes in that game. It is still 0-0 between West Ham and Bournemouth. 03 717 22 33 44.
But when you hear these comments that he's come out with now, to say he cannot get the best out of the players that have come in, if that those words just come out of his mouth, then as an owner, you've got no choice now. You have to say, like, okay, he's coming out now publicly and saying he can't get the best out of top players as well, by the way. Brendan Johnson is a very good player. Okay, you can't get the best out
Is
of
he
him.
daring the board to sack him?
It sounds
100%.
It sounds like it. And by the way, I know that they missed out on Dwight McDeal. That deal didn't quite get over the line on deadline day. But there was a lot of optimism in the Palace hierarchy because of the addition of Brendan Johnson, because Jurgen Strand-Larsen has come in and obviously scored a couple of excellent goals. Guessond as well. And they kept Mateta. He's not fit at the moment, but should be back sometime soon. They feel there are more than enough weapons in that Palace team to be winning games of football, and one winning 15 is not good enough.
It feels like he's playing chicken a little bit with the hierarchy, isn't he? Because he's saying, I'm not good enough at the moment. I can't do this job. It's very hard for me, blah, blah, blah. And Palace are in a situation where they're obviously like, well, you've already said you're going to leave at the end of the season. You've got a contract to fulfill. You need to fulfill that. Yeah. We're not just going to pay you up for the sake of paying you up so you can have a 3-month holiday and prepare yourself for a new job. Quite rightly so, by the way. But at the same time, Palace are in a predicament where they've won 1 game in 15. They might go out of Europe if they don't buck their ideas up next Thursday. And they don't want to lose to Wolves on Sunday either, because if that happens, they could find themselves in a relegation battle. So they're in a sort of catch-22 situation. He knows that, and he's daring them, Gabby.
Yeah, but in that press conference, he's gonna lose the fans, those that were still standing by him. He's going to lose the ownership, and he's probably going to lose the players as well if he's turning around saying, "Look, I'm not good enough for you guys."
You're listening to the Game Day phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie High and Jason Cundy. 03 717 223344, the number to call. Live and exclusive coverage of Man City v Newcastle follows us from 7:30. Then it's on to Fight Night. Adam Cattrall, Spencer Oliver just after 10. And we've got Saudi Pro League action on the YouTube channel. Al Hilal versus Al Etihad is the game. Now, though, it's been another important day. Premier League football. And as always, you've not missed a thing here on talkSPORT.
Forward comes Rodoni for Coventry, 25 yards out, unchallenged, left-footed shot, what a hit, what a goal, Rodoni rifles it in for Coventry. Corner kick has come in now, Konsa knocking it down, it's turned goalwards and it's turned in, and that is the equaliser late on with just 2 minutes to go, and it's been slammed in by Tammy Abraham. All square, Villa 1, Leeds 1.
And it's one of those old heads, Danny Welbeck, who has doubled the lead as we move into 5 added minutes at the end of the first half, but it's an absolute calamity for Brentford and the man who's just come on, Nathan Collins.
As Burnley have a corner, James Ward-Prowse whips it in, and Burnley equalise at Stamford Bridge. Fleming the goal scorer. It's absolutely remarkable.
Now O'Brien in spaces, Broadhead, chance for Broadhead to seal it. Nathan Broadhead against his former side scores Wrexham's 5th, and surely that's all 3 points for the Red Dragons. It's Wrexham 5, Ipswich Town 3.
Yeah, that's how today's action has sounded on the world's biggest sports radio station. Let's check in, though. Big moment at West Ham v Bournemouth, London Stadium. Tom Clayton.
77 minutes on the clock here. West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0. Since you've come to me, there has been plenty of chances, including a goal of the season contender, potentially, had he not put it wide from Rayan, the Brazilian teenager. There's also been chances for Castellanos as Somerville puts in a corner, and it's just wide of the post on the near side, and that's going to go for another corner. So West Ham have a chance to put some more pressure on as it stands. There's been shots for Alex Scott, and Rayan had another one as well, all saved by the goalkeeper on the West Ham side. That's Mads Hermansen. Somerville to put in another corner. Plenty of action here. There's around 12 minutes to go as Somerville puts the corner in towards the near post. It's punched away and cleared away by Bournemouth. Plenty of action here between these two sides. I don't know if we're going to have a goalless draw between these two sides. We've never seen one ever in history. West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0.
Okay, we get back to Tom for the die moments to that game. I have to say, that Rayan,
he's so good.
Oh, mate.
Do you know where he makes the game? He's such a... some players just run with the ball.
Yeah.
And they're just they're so lovely to watch.
Yeah.
Every touch is perfect. Every touch
he's a big, powerful, strong runner.
Yeah.
He looks like
he's
jogging.
Makes the game look easy, mate.
Yeah, he's a superstar in the making. Right, let's get back to some calls. Let's go to Michael. He's a Chelsea fan. All right, Mike?
Mikey?
All right, how you doing?
I'm all right, Mike. Disappointed with today, obviously, right?
Yeah. By the way, that Rayan, he's a bit greedy. He should have passed the ball a minute ago. The guy was in a better position than him. Anyway, look, I've called to ask a question. The two ex-pro footballers, right? Chelsea is so passive. Trace, I've asked you this before, years ago, back in the Potter days. If there's a team in the Premier League that gets on the edge of the opponent's box and passes it backwards to our own keeper more than Chelsea, I'd like to know who it is. I know other teams go backwards, but even when our players get the ball, the body shape's wrong. They're looking to pass the ball backwards across their own, back to their own keeper, or at least backwards anyway. As two ex-pros, I mean, they're talented players. What causes that?
I tell you what causes that. No, I tell you what causes that. Right, is the shape of the opposition. Now, I take your point, but the way that they set up today, Burnley 5-4-1, there is. Sometimes you've got to go backwards to go forwards. Going backwards and going sideways isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's when it happens consistently where you're not looking to go forward. And I felt that when teams sit like that, it's so crucial you move the ball quickly, use the width of the pitch. I felt the width of the pitch, especially on the right-hand side. Reece was only out wide right. We're a little bit lopsided where we had Pedro Neto on the left. We had Cole Palmer in there. And who else? Oh, Sanchez. Sorry. Enzo.
Get it right, mate.
Enzo, right? But we're so narrow. And I felt that we needed to have a bit more width and use the width, because sometimes it takes time to break teams down.
Yeah, I know it takes time, but you've also got to take risks as a player.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, come on, take a few risks. Risk the ball sometimes. Yeah, it might not be the right ball or the 100% the ball that goes where it should go.
Palmer's having to drop deep to get
involved. You get a knockdown. You know, it's a dangerous ball into an area. They kick it out for a throw-in or a corner. You know, all the time it's just safe football. Safe football.
It's a modern day football problem. It's a modern day because teams will sit deep. You've got to find a way. You have to find a way. And to break teams down, I think that sometimes there can be a lack of urgency, and one pass that might be either behind the player or not hit with enough pace on it, that can slow the whole move down. But there's a reluctancy, as Jay's just said, to take a risky pass, to fire that ball into Palmer's feet, get it into Enzo's feet, get it into Pedro Neto's feet, get it into João Pedro's feet. And I've got to say, the way Burnley set up, they were good. They were really good,
Mike.
But we didn't help ourselves.
You still there, Mike? I remember, right? You know, to go. You know, when I played midfield, obviously with some decent players when I was at Spurs, and I remember, I never forget it. I was playing with Robbie Keane. He was up front, and I was young, but I was playing well. But I was getting the ball, I was moving it, I was keeping it, I'm moving it sideways. Didn't want to give the ball away, trying to find my feet. After about 10 minutes. Robbie Keane come up to me, grabbed me by the scruff of the neck, right, and he pulled me and said, "If you pass,
careful.
He said, if you don't look to pass forward into my feet the next time you get the ball, I'm going to have you in the dressing room. Stop passing it sideways." And that, and that was from and then all of a sudden, your first thought then is when you get the ball in the half term, play forward, look forward, because you've got a centre forward and people there saying, "Give me the ball, Give me the ball. The problem you've got in this modern day is centre forwards just allow it to go sideways and sideways and sideways. If I'm a centre forward, João Pedro or someone, I'm screaming saying, "Oi, give me the ball. Stick it into my feet. I'm standing. I'm not just going to keep running across the pitch. I'm only playing one up front. What do you want me to do? Just keep running one side, run the other side?"
Jay, there's an once you have too many touches, that moment past that woman's feet may well have gone. There's a malaise, and it's too easy to have another touch and go backwards, another touch, go sideways. I watch it all the time. It's not just a Chelsea problem. We were like that. It's a modern day football thing.
Football problem.
But move. If there's a chance to pass the ball forward, can you try it?
Do you feel like though the modern day footballer gets away with being a crab? Like honestly, if you were a crab, right, back in when I played, when you played, you'd actually get bantered in training. Oh, here he is, crab's here, crab's here. Yeah. Here we go, sideways Sally. And now it's almost like that's just what you're expected to do.
It's all about possession now.
Oh, it's so boring.
It is. It's about if you've got the ball, they can't hurt you. Possession-based football, and that encourages the backward, sideways passing. It does. I watched the best I saw last season was PSG. Right, you watch them put that ball either into the front man or out wide early. Yeah, and they don't care what block they played. That's the best I've seen in the modern. Klopp was brilliant. Under Pep a couple of seasons ago, they were brilliant. They move the ball quickly. There's a touch, and once you have a touch, and then you have another touch, the picture changes in front of you.
Yeah,
completely changes.
Yeah. Mike, listen, we've had a little rant there. Hope we cleared that up for you of sideways football. Frustrating for Chelsea for sure. Right, let's do this now. It's time for this.
O'Hara and Cundy's weekend winners and losers.
Yes, that part of the weekend. We pick out weekend winners and losers. Where are we going?
Right, we've got to start with James Milner. Yeah, well done. A little ripple for him, by the way.
Well done, James.
That's an incredible achievement. Most appearances ever in Premier League history. The ultimate pro. He's been feels like he's been around forever.
Yeah,
doesn't he? He has. So congratulations to him, the highest Premier League appearance maker of all time, and he's still doing it. And, to do it at the level he's been doing it, it's quite remarkable. So well done to him.
Yep.
Stack, the free kick for Leeds.
Yeah, great goal.
Yeah, you see the keeper just kind of cheating,
shuffling. Had a little cheat up.
And he's gone bang, whipped it. Yeah. Brilliant free kick. So well done to him. Couldn't quite hold on. Phil Parkinson as well.
Oh, what a job he's doing. Yeah. By the way. Unbelievable job.
Incredible stuff. 5 goals. They've crept into the playoff places. Remarkable that he has done what Phil Parkinson's done there. 5 different goal scorers. That's impressive. And to do it against the side that people fancy and probably still do fancy to get promoted.
Yeah.
Against Ipswich. So well done them.
Parkinson. Wow, unbelievable job.
Yeah. Sack, Milner and Parkinson. The losers.
Sacking Milner.
Hey?
You said sack Milner.
Stack. Right. Losers.
Oh, Chelsea.
Hold on.
Chelsea are in there. Obviously.
What's going on with English rugby? We had our pants. Hold on. Had our pants pulled down last weekend. Got raggy-dolled. We get raggy-dolled again today.
Irish. Yeah.
Raggy-dolled. What's happening?
It's all gone to pot.
Getting apt.
So hold on. So our winners and losers from the weekend. We got England rugby.
Losers.
Mate, it's that bad.
It is bad.
It's that bad. Also going in there.
Chelsea.
Hold on.
Losers.
Eric Ramsey.
Who?
West Brom. Might lose his job.
Hold on a minute. What's going on here?
Hold on. What do you mean?
Hold on a minute. What's going on here? Where's Chelsea? Where's Chelsea?
What do you mean?
He can't be putting a championship gaffer in there. He's just got the job.
It's not my fault.
The culprit that time, Jason Cundy.
What do you mean? That's a hat trick, right? I'm going to have to come in there and rearrange your beard, right? That carries on.
What's the old MLS thing, though? Eric Ramsey. Come on, mate. What's going on?
Wesley Fofana's in there, mate.
Oh, Fofana's in there. Up the Chels. Up the Chels.
Right, now.
Bottle jobs.
Mate, it was, yeah, I mean...
how can you bottle Champions League? You're bottling the Champions League. Come on, mate. What are you doing? And Burnley. Up the Chels.
The second yellow, that was... I mean, yeah, and then we just had... I don't know. I actually don't want to talk about it.
Sanchez going in there? No?
What do you mean?
Robert Sanchez, is he not in there? No?
For what?
What about Rosenior? Rosenior not going in there?
Fofana's in there.
What do you mean? Where's the rest of them?
We've got 3. We've got Borthwick, We've got Ramsey and we've got Fofana.
Losers.
It's only 3.
I'm going to do my own one.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what, right?
Yeah,
How about you do?
Okay. Yeah,
Right?
losers of the weekend.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Losers.
The next one. How about you?
Rosenior,
Losers.
Fofana,
Losers.
and Chelsea.
Losers.
That's your weekend's winners and losers. Keep your calls coming in. 03 717 22 33 44. Before I go there, he's not a goal. We'll get back to Tom Clayton in just a bit.
The culprit that time, Jason Cundy.
Mourinho, one of the best managers of our generation. But I'll tell you what, he's lost a lot of fans. He's lost a lot of neutral fans. And I just felt his comments were disgusting. For one, Vinicius Jr., if he wants to run to the corner flag and do a dance, that a lot of Brazilian players do.
Yep.
Cundy danced when he scored against Arsenal. Didn't receive racial abuse from anybody, any player. So Vinicius Jr. is allowed to dance. And also, Eusebio is one of our best ever players. This club cannot be racist. What does that mean? Because your best ever player was black. That means no one else can be racist to do with your football club. And also, no one says Benfica was a racist football club, did they? It was alleged that a player had been racist. So why is Mourinho protecting a football club when no one's said that Benfica are a racist football club? Very odd.
Well, Benfica are not a homogenous group, are they? They're made up of individuals, and Prestiani is his own individual, and he's the one who's accused of the racism. It's not like everyone's accusing the club of it. It just seems a little bit strange that now Benfica have come out in support of him, almost suggesting that there is sort of a defamation campaign against him. And the problem here is that we'll never be able to prove the contrary, because all you've got is eyewitness statements of people who say that they've heard it. But if he sits there and says, "Oh, I didn't say that," or "I didn't mean that," then there is very difficult to prove. Like lots of different cases across the world, if you're in a court of law, you have to prove it in order to punish.
The GameDay phone in on talkSPORT. Me, Jamie Hart, and Jason Cundy. It's still 0-0 at the London Stadium. We'll be back with Tom Clayton for full time. But now let's look ahead to tomorrow's Premier League action with Sky Sports.
Stay ahead of the game on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Stream the biggest Premier League games flexibly with Now. Like Spurs versus Arsenal live tomorrow. Search Now Sports. 18 plus. Stream via internet. Terms apply.
There's some big games tomorrow. Crystal Palace v Wolves, Nottingham Forest v Liverpool, Sunderland v Fulham, and then the big one, Tottenham v Arsenal. Jace, you going to be a Spurs fan tomorrow?
I'm going to be a Spurs fan tomorrow. I feel filthy and dirty saying that, but I'm 100% going to be a Spurs fan. Hope he takes something out of the game. Of course,
Spurs are back.
Of course, the game that kicks off live on talkSPORT in about 40 minutes' time. Man City have got to put pressure back on Arsenal.
They do. Yeah, they do. They need
that game. Yeah, because what Man City don't want to do is waste an opportunity to go down to 2 points. But just put it, because as we said the other day, Man City have not really put Arsenal under any pressure. It's not like they're breathing down their necks. Arsenal have kind of architects their own downfall in some ways.
Yeah.
You know, they led the other day against Bournemouth, Brentford. They led the other night against Wolves. They've allowed Man City, who are not playing well, by the way, to be in the title race. How is City in this title race? That's the bit I don't quite get. Well, so they are.
Well, yeah, tonight, obviously, 8 o'clock, is going to be a huge game. And then, look, do you fancy Tottenham?
I think it's... Okay, we don't know what Eagle Ball looks like.
No, we don't.
Don't know the shape he's going to play.
Forget that, in terms of the quality that we possess,
well,
the atmosphere, the time that we're playing Arsenal.
I mean, I think it's more me hoping that you get something than genuine belief.
Yeah.
Because Arsenal really should go there. 3 weeks ago, this fixture looked very different. 3 weeks ago, you go and Arsenal go there. I'm not as convinced that Arsenal go there and roll you over, although it wouldn't surprise me if they did.
No.
I think you can get something out of this game? Yes, I think you can. I think this will be fascinating to see if Arsenal do have the minerals to go away to a North London derby against a new manager, a Spurs side that are looking to stop them winning the title. What have you got? What have they got? It's a fascinating game.
If Arsenal do lose this game,
lose it. Wow.
Yeah, if they do lose, is the
it depends what it's at 8 o'clock. If City get beat today, right, and then Arsenal lose, it was one game less, same points.
Yeah.
City have got to win to put the pressure on.
All right, let's go to Chris. He's an Arsenal fan. All right, Chris.
All right, Chris.
All right, lads. How's it going?
I'm all right, Chris. Looking forward to it tomorrow?
I'm indeed, Jay. It'd be interesting to see the outcome come Monday.
Yeah. What do you think? What's your gut feeling? Because as I said, somehow City are in this. They're still there. They're still fighting. And if they win again tonight...
100%. Yeah, no, 100%. Well, one of the things I wanted to talk about was, so you get pundits that, Scalzi saying, if Arsenal win, it's going to be the worst team to win it in years. But I'm looking at tomorrow being this is what the league's all about. You know, if we were 9 points clear the whole way through the season, it wouldn't taste as sweet as it will. So we're going to have the trials and tribulations, and then it's going to be nice whenever it comes through. I am interested to see what the Igor boys got.
Igor Ball,
mate. I think it's going to be high pressure. I think it's going to be aggressive. I think we're going to come at Arsenal.
Got nothing to lose, Joe.
Got nothing to lose, really. We have got something.
No, but you're not expected to.
We're not expected to get anything from the game in terms of our form.
Yeah.
But
no, I agree. I think you couldn't pick a better time to play us.
Yeah,
but at the same time, because of how much of a bad sort of spell we've been on, this is where you kind of be like, right, lads, who's up for it? So we're going to have to cross that bridge eventually at some point. So you need to have that mentality to be a title winner.
I think this is the sort of game that will show what Arsenal have got. This is the kind of game that's presented itself where, let's assume for the sake of this conversation, the Man City win tonight, right? Goes down to 2 points. This is the sort of game that teams that go on to win the Premier League have got to find a way. Hasn't got to be pretty. Find a way to get 3 points. Come back and say, right, back over to you. That's where we're at the minute. And we'll find out a lot about Arsenal. We will.
Yeah, no, totally. And the other thing is, you look how we finished in Europe in the Champions League.
Chris, I've got to wait there because it is full time at the London Stadium. Tom Clayton.
West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0, and a game that ramped up in the second half, but a point shared feels like the right result. Bournemouth were on top at half-time despite West Ham having better chances. Axel Disasi missed a massive chance in the opening minute, but managed to miss from a yard out from a West Ham corner. Then a few minutes later, Tati Castellanos swung in a beautiful ball on the break, only for Crescencio Somerville put it straight in the hands of goalkeeper Petrovic. The game certainly came alive with plenty more chances after the break. Scott, Somerville and Castellanos had sighters, but not enough to trouble either goalkeeper. One bit of incredible quality saw teenage sensation Rayan almost score a goal of the season contender, only for that to be deflected wide. And Callum Wilson's deflection from across almost found its way past Petrovic to take the lead for West Ham, but for a last-ditch save from the Bournemouth keeper. Jared Bowen had a chance to win it when West Ham broke through Crescencio Somerville, but his shot was sent over. And for the first time in history, these two sides produce a goalless draw. It's a point close to safety for West Ham, while Bournemouth go 7 unbeaten now. On is even at the London Stadium, West Ham 0, Bournemouth 0.
Okay, let's get over to Ian Abrahams as well. Has been watching the longest game in the Premier League as a journey. Moose?
Truro 1, Gateshead 2, former Barnet striker Harry Chapman with both goals. The first, a little cute dink over the goalkeeper, set up by Sam Bowen in the first half. The second really is a tremendous goal. Picks it up on the left-hand side, cuts into the edge of the penalty area and fires into the corner. There was a leveller for Truro in the first half through Tyler Harvey, but they dropped to the bottom of the table. Gateshead go above them in the table after 2 wins of the week, and a trip today for their fans of over 900 miles round trip. They won't get home probably until mid-morning tomorrow. Truro 1, Gateshead 2.
Okay, thanks, Move. That was a look ahead to tomorrow's Premier League action. Don't forget that with Now you can stream all the Sky Sports action flexibly, like Tottenham v Arsenal live tomorrow. Search Now Sports.
Stay ahead of the game on talkSPORT with Sky Sports. Stream the biggest Premier League games flexibly with Now, like Spurs versus Arsenal live tomorrow. Search Now Sports, 18 plus, stream via internet, terms apply.
Right, thanks for all your calls over the last 2 hours. We're back on the Sports Bar, 10 p.m. on Monday. It's going to be a biggie when the mighty Spurs smash Arsenal tomorrow. But don't go anywhere, because up next, Ian Danter hosts live and exclusive coverage of Man City versus Newcastle.
There were reports that the night that Sean Dyche was sacked after that Wolves game, 4 or 5 senior players were called into Marinakis' boardroom, and they essentially said, "We're not loving this." And I don't like that. That feels unfair to someone like Sean Dyche. However, last night I think was great evidence, because the players played with the reins off. They played with freedom, and I think it shows that how maybe unhappy some of those players were under Sean Dyche. The fact that they went to Istanbul, to a team unbeaten domestically under Dominic Tedesco, and absolutely played them off the park.
Yeah, on paper, Max, you look at your team. I mean,
I know, yeah.
Hudson-Odoi on the wide, on his
Gibbs-White.
day, he can do it. Hutchinson,
Yeah.
you've got Gibbs-White, as you mentioned there. You've got Elliot Anderson in midfield as well. So you've got some top players.
I think he's the key, Elliot Anderson, because he's the dynamo, he's the driving force. And if he can win and keep them playing and get the balls to the danger men, then Forest have every chance.
Without a doubt. Look, and we all know that Elliot Anderson's destined for the top 4 team. He's got the talent to be absolutely world class. The way that he moves, there are shades of Zidane about him. And I know that people will laugh at that, but he is something special. And I think if England